Guess what I just got back from? Well, since you clicked on this video, you already know, but this is my lovely ticket for the Super Mario Brothers Galaxy movie. I kind of hate how they do these receipt tickets now. Used to be something special, you know. That's another tangent for another day. I just watched the Mario Galaxy movie, and in this video, I'm going to talk about it. But before I do that, this is what I do and this is what I talk about. I love talking about movies, both new and old. Everyone loves Mario, so I thought I would talk about that. But apart from Mario, I like to talk about fantasy, so think Game of Thrones, Night of the Seven Kingdoms, Lord of the Rings, that sort of thing. I just got done talking about One Piece Season 2. And then I like to talk about superhero movies, Disney movies, and I guess Nintendo movies now. But if any of that sounds interesting to you, please check out my channel and see if there's anything else that you like. Any sort of support is greatly appreciated. So thank you. Just a disclaimer right away, I am going to be talking about spoilers. So if you haven't seen it yet, please click away from this video and then come back later. Anyways, this is the Super Mario Galaxy movie where we get introduced to Rosalina quite quickly, actually. She was the first person that we see. That threw me off guard, but she is the main person of this movie in terms of like damsel in distress. Instead of it being Peach, it's Rosalina this time. She gets captured by Bowser Jr. because Bowser Jr. wants to use her powers to power his giant cannon. He steals her. He brings her back to his planet that he's made. And then we go back to Mario and Peach and Luigi. They're on their planet. Actually, that's false. Mario and Luigi are doing this side quest mission where they do this nostalgia Mario Kart stuff. The jump was kind of cool. I liked that. Like when they jumped over the hill and they did a little wahoo type deal. I don't know. They randomly found Yoshi. Yoshi joins the team. They go back to the castle. The star escapes. The Bowser Jr. comes to Peach and is like, "We need your help, Peach." So Peach and Toad run off by themselves, and then Mario and Luigi are left to take care of the kingdom. They do this little Super Mario Bros. Level nostalgia bit where they go level to level to level, beating the bad guys, helping out the people, and then eventually the castle gets sucked up into the air. They should have bolted that thing to the floor, but it's whatever. They have their battle with Bowser Jr. Bowser Jr. wants Bowser, who's, by the way, is like shrunk. So he's just like chilling in the castle for whatever reason. He's shrunk. He's small. He's no big deal right now, but Bowser Jr. wants to get him back so that Bowser and Bowser Jr. can rule the world together just like they were meant to be. That kind of fails a little bit. They crash land into some random planet. Castle gets destroyed. We do some like back and forth between perspectives. And then eventually they get off that planet and they all meet up with each other at the spaceport, basically. They meet Star Fox, who was actually pretty cool, by the way. I'm not a huge Star Fox guy. I've never played any of the Star Fox games, but he had aura. He was cool. They had some dogfight action going on. He helped them get to... Then they crash landed on yet another planet, Baby Mario's Baby T-Rex. They get off that planet. The stars come and save them. And then they go have a big epic battle between Bowser Jr., Mario, Luigi, Yoshi. They all battle each other. And then Peach and Rosalina are helping each other to turn the planet into a nature utopia. And then they go back to the Mushroom Kingdom and they rebuild Peach's castle. The end. That is the end of the Super Mario Galaxy movie. The best way I can describe this movie is that it is a middle movie. They tried to jam-pack so much stuff into this. It was kind of crazy. It was like super duper fast paced. They went from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. And I noticed that they just basically tried to cram as many new characters as they could. That could be good, that could be bad. For example, we have Star Fox, we have Rosalina, we have Yoshi, we have like an introduction of, Bowser Jr., obviously. Then they throw in their Baby Mario, Baby Luigi, Baby Peach. Who else? Toad's chilling there, but he was in the last movie. They were trying to cram so much stuff in there. And for me, Yoshi just came out of nowhere. I like Yoshi. He was always my favorite. I always picked him when I was playing with my siblings, whatever. But it was just like, we found this dinosaur in a pipe. That's cool. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the movie. It was fun. It had so many like little nostalgia parts to it. That's the whole shtick here, is that they cram in nostalgia stuff so that both older Nintendo fans and kids, like kids nowadays, can both like it, can both enjoy it at the same time. It just, I don't know, it was weird. It was like, let's try and get everyone the most minimum amount of screen time to keep them going. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It just seemed like very succinct and just the bare minimum. Kind of like they got Chris Pratt, who's the voice of Mario, obviously, and was like, okay, Chris Pratt has 200 words he can say in this movie. Let's do that. Same with Luigi guy, same with Toad. Like, everyone had the like super minimal parts to play in this movie just because they were like trying to cram so much into one movie. That being said, trying to reiterate what my thoughts on it was that this was a middle movie, like a transition movie. Not middle movie in terms of Empire Strikes Back, where it's a great middle movie, but like one of those, okay, this is the transition between movie one, which I enjoyed a lot better than this one, the Super Mario Bros. Movie, and then whatever movie's going to come out after this. Like, we got an end credit scene. I didn't stay and watch it, but I looked it up, that Daisy appears, so that's yet another character. And it's just like, okay, we have all these characters. This third movie can't have every single one of them, because in this movie, it was like they were stretching it thin between each character. Like, Toad barely had any lines. Mario, the main character, seemed to like not even be the main character in this movie. It just seemed like everyone had the most minimum lines and screen time they could have to keep this movie going, to basically get this movie over with so that they can move on to the next one. That could be good, that could be bad. I like the idea of what they're doing, of like hopefully eventually leading up to a Super Smash Bros. Movie where everyone comes together to like fight each other, maybe not each other necessarily, but a bigger evil, and like have all these universes combined. That's pretty cool. Like, we got the start of that with Star Fox, who was a highlight of this movie, by the way. But what I would like to see is to see him like not rush into it too quickly, like the DC did back in the Snyderverse, where they're like, okay, Marvel's kicking our ass, let's hurry up so that we can lead up to a Justice League movie prematurely. Hopefully they don't do that with this. I would love to see a separate Star Fox movie, even if it is only like an hour and 20-minute long movie, 90-minute movie, whatever. I would still like to see that, you know? Because at this point, you have too many characters in the same movie to do it well, to stretch out a good story, to do good character development. So hopefully they kind of split some characters off to do their own movies, and then eventually come together Avengers style to have this big Super Smash Bros. Movie. That would be fun. I don't know what they have planned. I'm just assuming that that's what they're going to do, because this movie is just like, here we go. We got our. I always forget to use this stuff. But this movie's gonna make a shit ton of money. Not gonna lie. One thing I will say, it looked really cool. I liked it. I liked the kind of, what did I like? Few things. I liked some of the Easter eggs. I liked a lot of the jokes. I was giggling in my seat in the back of the theater. I was like half the time. I was enjoying myself. It was a fun time. It was quick, it was choppy, it was fun, it was funny. The little Easter eggs, they got a Rob Easter egg in there, Rob the robot. They had like little minion Easter eggs where the robots at the space station were minions. I hate minions, bro, but like they had that, and they had Pokemon kind of just chilling around, like a Score Bunny walking around at the space station too. So like these cool little Easter eggs, and then just small stuff like the little 2D side scroller version of Mario as him and Peach are running through the lava level, and then fighting versus Bowser on the bridge and the bridge collapsing. Stuff like that is cool. It's fun. And then the sound effects and the music obviously is always fun when it's familiar. But it just was very short and surface level in terms of the movie, but There was still a lot of stuff that I enjoyed about it. And I will say, just in general, the theater experience was fun. Like, this was the first time in many, many months where I was like, sweet, everyone is at this theater. The theater was packed. This is going to make a shit ton of money. We're actually going to talk about that a little bit towards the end of this video. But this is going to make a shit ton of money. My theater was packed. And it was just fun. Everyone was having a good time before the movie started. Everyone was talking. Everyone was laughing, having a good time. And then, like, as stuff is going on in the movie, everyone's laughing. And, like, especially some of the kid jokes where, like, someone gets hurt or Luigi when he's crying as a baby and they grows up and he's still crying like a baby, and all the little kids in the theater are just laughing their heads off. It's fun. It's a fun experience. I had fun in the movie theater, and then at the end of this movie, everyone started clapping. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me, bro. But it's fun. It's fun when you have movies like that where everyone wants to go out to watch it together. That's what this did. This is gonna make a shit ton of money, even though critics kind of hate it. Let's take a look at that. So I kind of got like a little gist of this before I went and saw it, like just around on the internet, whatever, that the critics hate this thing. They gave it a 40%, but all the audience is giving it a 90%. The audience is loving it, bro, and the critics are absolutely hating it. Like, if you take this movie, that's the thing about rating movies, about being a critic for a movie. It's just like there's so many genres, and then when you do this rating system, at least like this, 1 to 10 or 1% to 100%, you're judging every single type of movie against each other, not kid movie cartoons against kid movie cartoons. You're judging the Super Mario Galaxy movie against The Godfather at the same time. That being said, if I were to rate it just like that, it was a pretty average movie. It was a mid movie. I would give it a 5.5 out of 10. But that's not to say that I didn't enjoy it. It was a fun time, and I liked going to the theater, liked seeing it. Will I watch it again? Probably not. Will I see the next one that does come out? Yes, of course. I don't know how they can mess this up. You know, you got all these characters, these beloved Nintendo characters that everyone knows. You only have 2 movies so far, but you can make a whole universe with it, and with the introduction of Star Fox. And I thought the Legend of Zelda movie would be a cartoon one, and part of this universe, that's a live action one off on its own thing. I would have liked to see a Legend of Zelda cartoon, and that would have been like even another universe that can come together in the Super Smash Bros. Movie. But, like, they have a cash cow here where they can just keep making movies. Star Fox movie, the Super Mario 3 movie. I don't know, like a Daisy and Peach movie. Would I like that one? Probably not. But they could. And just, like, so many other characters that they could do. I will say, I really, speaking of Super Smash Bros., I loved the little part with Mr. Game & Watch when they brought him in. I was laughing my ass off, especially when he did like the crazy move that he does in Super Smash Bros., where he just smashes down on someone and it kind of just explodes. I was laughing my head off. Everyone else was too silent for my liking. I was like, this is great, man. Are you kidding me? Not enough Super Smash Bros. Players, I guess, but like it was a fun time, even though I thought the movie as a whole was kind of just average, was kind of just like, okay, I'm going to forget about it next week. I still had a good time watching it, and it's still going to make so much money. What was the budget? The budget is $110 million. And let's check the numbers real quick before we head off. So 110 was the budget, like we said. And then so far it's made 60 million, but this is domestic, so in the US. I don't know what let's see if it shows us. I think it's still too early, but movies like this, it makes a ton worldwide, so I would expect it to just like blow up, especially during this weekend. I'm watching this on Friday. This came out on a Tuesday or maybe a Wednesday, like Tuesday night at midnight is when it first released, but this will make its money back and keep going. Will it hit $1 billion? I don't know, maybe not that much, but like it will be successful. It will skyrocket past their budget and make a shit ton of money. But what I was trying to get at is that this Super Mario universe of movies is just a cash cow, and they can keep making more and more and more, and people will keep going out to see it because it's a fun time. It's a fun time. It's fun characters that everyone loves. So yeah, I'm sure it will continue to do well. Anyways, that's all I really wanted to talk about. That was my review of the Super Mario Galaxy movie. What do you guys have to say? I love hearing your guys' thoughts down in the comments. So if you have anything to say about this movie, about what it's about, if you thought it was good or not, please let me know down in the comments. I love reading through those. And that being said, if you got this far into the video, please consider a like and checking out my channel to see if there's anything else that you like. But yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to eat your veggies, and I will see you in the next video. All right, bye.